the woman that's more appreciative of that man's ability to stay young looking. Even though men will comment and maybe give some praise to the man because he looks younger than what he is, it's the woman that is more appreciative of the fact that that man is younger looking. And that's because as a woman, they wish that they could be younger looking. So, but as a man looking young, it's only a physical attraction because it's telling you here that people with young looking faces are seen as less competent as their older counterparts. That doesn't help you as a man, being seen as less competent. And it also goes on to say that men that have youthful faces, well, they're not masculine looking faces, which is what women prefer. Women prefer masculine faces, and those faces tend to look older. So the man that looks young at an older age isn't actually benefiting in neither in status because if he's younger looking, he's going to be seen as less competent as his older looking counterparts, even though he may be older than they are. It continues to go on and say that we may like baby-faced people because they remind us of babies, or perhaps because we respond to baby-faced people positively, they may act more positively to us. So it's almost like the chicken or the egg. Do we respond to people that look younger positive because they are baby-like and that's just within our nature, or are people that have youthful looking faces responding more positively to us because we tend to look at them as baby like, and then in turn, we receive them positive because they are being positive towards us. Some faces are more symmetrical than others. People are more attracted to faces that are more symmetrical in comparison. That makes sense with those that are less symmetrical faces. So people with faces that are more symmetrical are seen as more attractive or arousing in this instance, right? Because these are just things that we're responding to involuntarily. This would be an instance in which I would use arousing because it says some faces are more symmetrical than others. People are attracted to faces that are more symmetrical in comparison with those that are less symmetrical, meaning that we just respond to those things involuntarily. We see them and we respond to them. So this may be in part because of the perception that people with symmetrical faces are more healthy and thus make better reproductive mates. Reproduction, evolution, because symmetrical faces seem more familiar and thus less threatening to us. So I concentrate on this part. You can't evolve unless you're reproducing. So again, this has to do with arousal. And it wouldn't be a personal choice that we're making about what we're attracted to. This would, in mass, affect most of the people in your sex. So if I say something is arousing to a guy, more than likely it's arousing to most of the guys. Same with a female. If I said this guy is arousing to this female, more than likely he's arousing to most other females. Now, does that mean they're attracted to him or they're going to be attracted to him? No, that has to do with a personal choice. Now, the attraction to symmetry is not limited to face perception. Body symmetry is also a likely indicator of good genes, and women favor more symmetrical men as sexual partners. Although you might think that we would prefer faces that are unusual or unique, in fact, the opposite is true. Langelos and Rodman showed college students the faces of men and women. The faces were composites made up of the average of 2, 4, 8, 16, or 32 faces. The researchers found that the more faces that were averaged into the stimulus, the more attractive it was judged. As with the findings for facial symmetry, one possible explanation for our liking of average faces is that because they are more similar to the ones that we have frequently seen, they are thus more familiar to us.